we're live. Nice to see everybody. So we got a movie today. Got a movie. We will not see Blue. She said that due to illness and pain that she suffered watching this movie, she was not going to be able to make it. No, she had to go out. It was her birthday yesterday, and her girlfriends were taking her out to dinner tonight. So she was unfortunately not going to be able to join us here on Play or Pass. How is everybody doing on the panel? Andrew, how you doing?
Okay.
I didn't get the reference in the.
Me
thing.
neither.
I like the music and I like
Yeah,
the background, but I didn't get the reference.
The beach is going to have to tell us. Was that from? I was
it
thinking
was some space movie, I guess. You know.
So I don't know whether I should be offended or not. I don't know. I'm assuming I should be.
I was thinking it was Hitchhiker's Guide. Was it Hitchhiker's Guide?
Was it?
Interstellar.
Interstellar. Oh, okay.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
with
not
Matthew
too familiar
McConaughey.
with-
Hey.
I'm not
Hey.
too familiar with the characters. I know that I've seen the movie, but I don't remember the characters.
Awesome. Hey, but I will say it actually looked really good though. That was a cool intro. So thanks for everybody joining us. Hey, and if Blue would have been here, she would have been able to tell us because we are a little bit slower. So if you've not watched this show before, what we do is we review a movie that was suggested and voted on last week by the viewers of that show. So we have a show or a movie we have to watch, and we have to watch it. And we ask you to watch it, and then we talk about it. And we also allow you to post comments over here, and you're able to post things, and I can throw it over here on the screen so that people can see it. And at the end, we open up the panel so that you can come onto the show. So first and foremost, down below are links to Telegram and join the Play or Pass group where you're able to vote on the movie, vote for next week's movie, as well as voting on this one, because we really want to know what you voted. And I actually saw that there was some plays on this one. So we'll take a look at some of those plays that were on voted, because I actually saw that there was actually some that were plays. So we've got some people that actually like this movie. So let's take a look at Alban. I didn't say hi to you.
Yeah.
Alban,
No,
how
you
you
did.
doing?
I'm good. I'm good, guys. I'm here. It's just warm here today. So I'm trying to freeze myself up with the AC today.
He had a Slim Jim. That's what it is. Don't let him fool you. He had a Slim Jim he just pulled out, and I'm gonna tell you how he warmed it up first. So before we go any further, we're gonna go ahead. This is the movie today. I am sharing, right?
Yeah, Sharon.
Okay, so what we normally do is run through the movies that are the movies for next week so that you're able to get a glimpse of the movies that need to be voted for. So we have a movie to watch next week. Money on it that it'll be better than this week's movie. So we have Cinderella. This has to be what, the 5th or 10th Cinderella that's been
more
made.
Like 10. They've been.
I mean, oh my Lord! Here, and look at this, a 4.2. So not much hope. I've, like I said, been there, done that 100 times. So Cinderella again. So we got that. Don't Breathe 2, a sequel of a scary horror. Well, it was a thriller movie. I thought it was last year when we saw it a couple years ago, the first one.
What's the same name now?
Yep.
A horror? Yeah, horror thriller.
Yeah, it says horror and thriller. I was a thriller. Yeah. So Don't Breathe 2 is one other option for next week. Protege, which is like a trained assassin killer girl, and she gets upset and has to go after some people because they do something. And looks interesting. So Protege, and that has some big actors. Samuel L. Jackson was in that.
Maggie Q.
Maggie Q,
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton. Yeah.
It was good.
Some big actors in that one. Respect. We have Respect, which we probably should have had this last week, but it is picked, or it is one of these. Yeah. So this is one of the options for this coming week. Respect, the Aretha Franklin story, and this was Jennifer Hudson, Forrest Whitaker. So lots of this was a really highly touted movie leading up to its release. I saw it on all the morning shows and stuff.
Mhm.
We have Karen, which has got to be, this has to be the word of 2020. Karen.
Yeah.
That has to, that really wasn't a thing. But now Karen is, a way of it's a descriptive word, not just a person's name. And when I looked at her, where I remember seeing her from?
Sons of Anarchy, Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
What else?
And
She's been on
wasn't she in Orange is the New Black
Orange
too?
is the New Black. Yep.
Yeah, she was the girl
Karen
that
Manning.
yeah, she was the one from that didn't have a bunch of teeth in
Yeah.
she was like from West
Yeah.
Virginia.
The meth head. Yeah.
Yep. So, yep, she's in it. Basically a white woman tormenting a black family that had moved into her neighborhood. So, Karen. Feral State is another option for next week, which was, it kind of reminded me of like a um, Charles Manson kind of family that gets together, kind of a
Yeah.
ragtag group of
Yeah.
people. And I don't know if they're good or bad, but they go doing some
Yeah.
crazy stuff. But
Yeah. It's like a cult.
yeah, like a chock full of violence in this one. It looks like Feral State. Escape Room, which is Tournament of Champions, which is a sequel, which I did watch this one, but it's a sequel to Escape Room, which you guys remember that. If any, have either one of you two ever been to an escape room?
No.
Yes.
But I want to do one, believe it or not. I think I'd have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good
Andrew?
fun. Yeah, it's good.
You been? Yeah,
You been to one?
I went to it's hard. It's really, really hard. We went to one. My work guys. We all went to an escape room, and it was called the Butcher, and we're all butchers. And it was the Butcher. It was like the Butcher's Paradise or something like that. We're like, oh, we got to do that one. We're all butchers.
Right.
So we do that one, and the lady says, "Have you ever done an escape room?" We're like, "No, but you know what? We can do it." She says, "Well, this is the top level." And we're like, okay,
wow.
we didn't get a single clue out of any of the room, because you
man.
go from room to room, not a single clue. I mean, it's hard. Phone rings, you got to catch the clue and then look around the room. It's not as easy.
And you guys couldn't get it? Well, it was a hard
sucked.
one. Okay.
We sucked. We didn't, and plus we didn't know what we were literally looking for. None of us had ever
Do
been
they
in.
give you a time limit or something?
Yes,
And then
yes, you have a time.
Because there was a show that I have it on my Plex. I have to find it, where they do these escape room things. It was a show that came on every week. Pretty good, you know what I mean? That's what gets me.
It's really hard, but this movie. Sorry, got off on a little off to
tangent.
Tournament of Champions, Escape Room. So if you've watched the earlier Escape Room, there we go. We got hello. So we got that. We got Wild Indian, which is a story of a young kid gets shot, and from the trailer, it's hard to tell who killed who, but a young boy gets killed, and then 30-some years later, all stuff starts breaking loose 30 years later, and they're Native Americans. So, I'd never heard of this, but, Albin tends to find these movies that you've never heard of.
Of course. Hey,
Gerri
do.
Curls.
And I watch them all.
Yeah. So, Cinderella, Don't Breathe 2, Protege, Respect, Karen, Feral State, Escape Room Tournament Edition, and Wild Indian. Please hurry up and vote before the end of our show so that we know which one of those gems of a movie that we get to watch. And so let's go ahead and discuss. This movie.
Do I have to?
And all right, can I just say what Blue said to me? Sure. Blue told me, because she's not able to be here, and I'll just say what she told. She says this movie was so bad. She says 15 minutes before the movie was over, so she only made it an hour. She says she turned it off and never looked back. She couldn't force herself to go back and finish the movie.
That was the correct decision. Looking at the end.
Well, I think you guys needed to watch the other movies that were on that list that were far worse than Gerri Curls, believe it or not.
Well, what about the one that I voted for?
Which one was that?
The one about the guy that's doing the mortician work. he was in Ohio. He was in
Um,
Sandusky, Ohio, or something, and he was getting out of jail. The gay guy. He was real
oh,
flamboyant.
yeah. That
That
was
looked
good.
in. That
Yeah,
was one I
Swan
voted for
Song.
because I was like,
Swan
yes,
Song.
Swan Song. That looked funny.
That was good. That was you didn't get a chance to watch it?
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay.
So Jim has on there. Someone gave this 4 stars. So I don't know what you guys think about this movie. This movie, in my opinion, it needs to be on Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Right.
It needs to be on Riff Tracks. If you've ever watched Mystery Science Theater 3000, this is the movie. This is the kind of movie that would do awesome on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
have you ever heard the term straight to DVD?
Yeah.
This should have been straight to the bin because I've seen better acting in porn than this, and the camera work in this was like it was like a bunch of like students filming a movie for the very first time. It was disgustingly.
You
bad.
really need to see Coming for the King then.
Oh yeah, Coming for the King. It was video worse.
These kind of movies make me think where's the demand for this? Where's the demand for this type of movie? Where's how are they getting the funding for this? Who's paying?
All right, so
this movie out?
Good point. That actually breaks one of my points that I was going to bring up.
I apologize.
What is an executive producer?
And an EP, it can be someone who put a lot of money into a movie. Will give you the rights to be an EP, or normally it all comes down to money. You're helping fund and throwing money into it.
Okay.
Not
there was 10 executive producers.
Mm-hmm.
10 executive producers. Do you understand? So he hit up every one of their friends.
Yep.
Anybody that threw in $10 for this movie, it got to be an executive producer.
I don't even know what the budget was.
You're not going to find it. You're not going to find the budget on this. This, I mean, was so. You know where this movie lost me?
Where?
At the very beginning.
Okay, yeah. The Slim Jim. The Slim Jim lost me. When he's watching the video and goes, and he pulls out that Slim Jim, which was in his ass crack, and he's holding it and he starts sniffing it. I almost threw up right then because I'm like, oh, nuh-uh. And then he starts eating the Slim Jim. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this can't be true. This can't be real. And I'm watching it. I'm like, this can't be like a real movie. But it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that, and then and like when you talk about the filming, remember when he's looking at the video of his dad having sex with the maid?
Yeah.
And the camera goes back and forth, and every time they get a little closer, and a little closer, a little closer, a little closer, and at one point, his dad's face is uncomfortably close as he's having intercourse, making his stepsister, on the desk, and it goes back to Gordy's face, and his mouth is hanging open, and I'm like, what? I mean,
it's amazing. It's amazing that you can make this movie sound funnier than what it was. The way you're describing it sounds funny, but the way it played out, it was just terrible.
And they tried to between the farts and the bathroom noises and vomiting, they tried to make. They thought that people like Jackass, so people, I think they thought that's all funny stuff. And they tried to use a lot of that, but I don't know. I mean, like,
there's like no chemistry between the actors, and the background music they played during each scene was just like it didn't fit with what was going on.
Wait, there were scenes?
Well, I mean, between each table read or whatever the hell whatever it was, it was like the first take. They were just like, yeah, well, we've only got enough money for one take of each bit, so they didn't
go with. Or you notice how they would do they'd go then and then back, and it would like when they're standing there when they first go in the warehouse, and the camera goes to them, and then they go in, and they go forward, then back up, forward and back up, forward and back up to give it some chemistry or some energy.
I think it's because they didn't have a zoom on the camera.
I mean, the best part of this movie, the best part of this whole movie, was the drone footage of Miami. I to be honest, they actually spent probably more money on the drone because it was probably a 4K nice drone. The footage of the drone of when they're going down through it looks like Miami or something. The drone footage was beautiful. I was like, ooh, that's a really pretty picture right there. And they're zooming in and it's going through the town. That was something else. One of the other funny parts, and I'm sorry, it was bathroom humor when he talks to his lawyer and they're walking. Remember when his sister tells him, so his sister tells him that, you got to have a team in a month and win or nothing. And he's walking out with the lawyer, right? And the lawyer says, I'll do whatever I need to help you. And he says, like a blowjob? And the lawyer's like, what? And he goes, it can't hurt. And he starts to unzip his pants. I'm like, what am I watching? What am I watching? I mean, and I did giggle, Alban. I will give you a giggle when he was in the swimming pool and he was drowning his sister. Yeah. And he's like, no, I'm going to drown you. And it's a blow-up doll. It's a blow-up doll that he's drowned in. And his sister's like, what's up, puto? It's like, I mean, it's so bad.
It's good.
It's funny in parts.
Right.
I will give you that.
That's exactly what I had said.
I will give you.
Bad.
It was bad,
but funny. They had some funny lines.
I disagree.
Oh, that's why everyone needs to,
don't
watch the trailers. Watch your trailers and then make your vote.
And then leave it at that.
Look at the beach is starting to have some PTSD. And there was plenty of racist jokes. I mean, they were all over the place in this one. There's parts, and I can't believe. I mean, and I watched it to the end.
It was so bad that it made me think I could be an actor and I could do a movie. Like any of us could have been in this.
Right.
We probably would have done a better job.
Yeah. Doesn't that
6.8 rating? It was 7.1 when I went to watch the movie.
Right.
And I was thinking, how, where?
Did you? All right. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at that. We're going to go up here. We're at IMDb, folks.
It's got to be the
6.8, and 29 votes gave it a 10.
That's disgusting.
These are people between 30 and 45 and over. So those are the people that were in the film, mostly males. But it was a horrible movie, horrible movie, terrible movie. But it's like a train wreck that at times I'm like, the acting was terrible. The script was bad. And you know what I didn't realize until the next day?
What?
So Gordo, this gentleman, was the main character, you would think.
Was he?
But he's not.
No, he's not.
Gerri was. The girl that's throwing the curl, because we're called it Gerri Curls. So she's the main character. All right. Oh my gosh. I just realized something.
What?
The director, Will Young.
Okay. Did he ever do anything else?
Hold on. Director and writer. Look at who pops Redding. Will Young Sr. So so Jerry's dad, the country singer, his son wrote that movie. So Will Young Sr., that was the dad, the country singer. I'm gonna be a country singer. You don't know, Jerry. This is gonna make us a bunch of money. The windfall's coming.
Gosh.
Yeah, and it's just it is a hot mess. I mean, just I don't know how. First of all, Alban to even pick this to put this on the thing. Come on.
Because I had watched it because I watched all the movies like you guys know, and I tell you people to watch.
Tell you people.
Watch the trailers and make your pick in Telegram. Not wait to the last second and look at the trailer and then say, "Oh, I'm going to vote for that because it's got 9 stars." You know.
I voted for it because you said it's so bad but it's got some funny bits in it, and I thought, well, at least it's got some funny bits in it.
But I said my first words were, "It's so bad." Okay.
You should have just went, "It's so bad," and then stopped there. Because I would have voted for something else.
It's so bad, it's funny.
I guess I can't see the here we go.
Yeah.
I love Jerry and the Gordon's acting. Love you guys. Awesome script. Funny. Enjoying. Everyone did a great job. Love the concept. So this was a curling movie, right?
Yeah.
We couldn't find ice in South Florida.
I know.
You couldn't find an ice rink. We have to do this on plastic or on a board.
Another reason why I put the movie up is because, since, you are going to be Canadian soon, I wanted you to get, used to, the sports that you're going to have to be dealing with.
You ever heard of Wish? Not like the online shopping thing.
Yeah.
This is like the dodgeball version of from Wish.
Yeah,
that's what you get if you order dodgeball off Wish.
You're about, oh, look at I have been highly anticipating this movie for months. It's great to see Mike Gorgon and KK Bronson acting again. So they've obviously been in something else. Let's see.
Look for the beaches.
All right, let's hold on here. Oh wait, why am I getting all 10s?
Because you have to change the thing from helpfulness. Change it. Wasn't he at the top?
Let's see. Someone get the longest hour and 14 minutes of my life. Consider this movie is the only 1 hour and 14 minutes long. Drags along as if you're being played in slow motion. Bad acting, bad script. I would highly suggest giving this a pass. I've enjoyed waiting in the line at DMV or a doctor's office more than this film.
That's the beaches.
I mean, love you, KK. Love you, Gerri Curls team. I mean, so these are people that...
You know what? I think that those people got paid. I just wanted to get on that list. I don't know how much they're paying.
Are you one of these? Are you one of these 10s? Are you one of these 10s?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No. I will be once I get my check.
What was that? What was that?
The beach wants you to read who the username he used.
1-star reviews.
His review.
Well, when I'm going to the, hold on a second.
Doesn't let you click on the one, does it not? They've changed it a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not logged in. Sorry. Reads reviews. Rating.
This is more entertaining than the movie.
1 star.
Yeah. There you go.
So yeah, there's only 2. This was a joke. Was this satire made by an elementary school aspiring to be a B movie director? It was so mad. It's so bad it can't be real.
Oh God!
This is definitely. I mean, I think the Slim Jim at the beginning of the movie had a better time. It was at least done early. It was able to be out of here. But I do see now that Will Young is the director and writer. and all the people that are in the movie were
directed
executive
anything else?
producers.
Did he do anything else? What was the other
South Beach Toe.
the show? Oh my God!
He's a producer. He's a
He
producer.
produces there on South Beach Toe. Do you ever watch that show?
No.
It's on True TV. Oh
Right.
God!
Night Calls Hotline. Take the Cake.
No, never seen any of those.
Yeah. So, you know,
This is not good for his career. It's just not.
that's this is terrible stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, the other thing is the idea of curling is to be in front of the stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that always behind the stone sweeping? I'm like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be in front of the stone. And Gordon, he's like,
didn't Gordon remind you of the guy from Family Guy?
Well, kind of.
He even sounded like him.
Peter Griffin. I think that's
what Peter Griffin.
Even that was like a wish version of Peter Griffin. What was the deal with the guy getting killed? Like at the end,
they were just trying to figure out a way to have him win, and it was that. Well, that was because his dad said, "I knew you would suck, Gordo, and I know that you were going to lose. So I told him that I was going to put some precautions and some measures to make sure that you won because I didn't want that. I didn't want your half sister to win because she wasn't nothing but a cunt." Or something of that nature, we called her, because he said she's not family, But I mean, when he says, "I should have pulled it out and dropped you on the ice," I was like, "What?" Oh my gosh! Oh, so yeah. Looking back at it, there is some parts that's so bad that I giggle at some of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only an hour and 14 minutes. If you've not watched it, go watch it. Maybe watch it a second or third time. You might find those nuggets.
As a review show that recommends, like, gives opinions on movies and like kind of recommends stuff to people. I recommend that you never, ever, ever, ever go near this movie ever, even if there's an apocalypse. And like this is the last movie. Like I don't know if anybody watches The Walking Dead, but that like the part where the season where they had the it was with the Whisperers, and they're having the big fair, and they had the big cinema, and they were going to play the movie.
Mm-hmm.
If this was the only movie they found, I would have just walked into the middle of a field and just screamed and just let the zombies come and eat us, because I'd rather that happen to us than sit through this pile of shit. In fact, I probably would have watched this and then just jump off the top of a building or something. I don't know. It was terrible. Just don't watch it.
Look at Tan. Andrew's the only voice of reason.
That's how bad this is. I'm the only one making sense.
Well, I tried. Hey, you know me. I try to be very unbiased.
Sometimes you've just got to tell the truth. This thing is a pile of steaming shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello, Roger, the person who voted play on this movie.
Yeah, that's another thing we were going to do. I do want to know who voted for plays. I want to know who voted for plays on this, Alban. We're going to investigate this.
We're investigating.
We're going to investigate these kind of things. So, Roger, thanks for joining the show.
I voted play.
Oh my Lord! All right, and so Andrew. After the show is over, Andrew, you and I and Blue are gonna have a little talk.
Yeah. And the other two guys also voted plays.
Yeah, we need to rethink who we bring on the show, Tom.
Yeah. We need to have a discussion.
I can't get this sound into my headset today, so you might be.
You had good movie sense.
I giggled out loud at least a half a dozen times watching.
So did I. Yeah.
So that's a play in my opinion. If you guys go back and just concentrate on the on Pops's lines. Almost every line that comes out of Pop's mouth is freaking funny.
Yeah.
There's
was
some comedy writing in this movie.
Well, I did giggle because Alban, you heard me giggle when we were watching before the show because I had it playing before we went to live, and he says that baby ain't mine, and when he says that why it ain't his, I did kind of giggle at that because I was like, I missed it when he said that the first time. But all right, thank you. Hey, Roger, Eddie, the beach. I'm sorry. You guys go ahead. What are you guys thinking?
Okay, for
I
me,
liked it a lot. I really did. The acting was horrible, but one of my very favorite movies of all time, the acting is terrible in it. I don't know if you guys are fans of the movie Clerks.
Clerks?
You guys watch Clerks?
Yep.
Every actor in that is terrible. The acting is horrible.
Did you say Clerks?
Clerks.
Yeah. You know, there's a new one coming out, right?
Oh, of course I know. Yeah, I'm a big Kevin Smith fan, so yeah. But if you go back and put the acting aside, because it's all horrible, it's a funny movie. Gerri, the black girl, has when he hands her a few $100 outside the first practice to get back on her feet, and she looks at the camera and does a double eyebrow raise, and then the next scene's in the strip joint with her making it rain. That's freaking comedy, guys. It's funny.
Yeah. I'm not into dicks. There ain't none going here, none going here, none going here.
That's comedy.
It is comedy.
But it's just, I'm just like, I'm sorry.
And I have to disagree with Todd. I think the Slim Jim coming out of the butt crack sets the whole tone for the movie. It lets you know what you're going to expect for the next hour and 12 minutes.
Yes. That Slim Jim.
Yeah. And I want to kind of disagree with Andrew on the cinematography, because it had some parts in there where they had a hard focus and the background in a soft bokeh, and all of a sudden it switches and the front's in bokeh and the back's in crisp, where what was in bokeh before is now in focus. I mean, there was some real cinematography tricks going on, let alone the little music video of all the teams. That was hilarious. Each and every one of those was funny. Great drone work. So,
yeah.
The kid that made the movie was trying.
The thing for the teams, it just as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, they're just trying to copy Dodgeball. And they're doing a poor job.
Yeah, if you can. Yeah. Sorry, Eddie. What you thinking, bud? What were you thinking on this movie?
Okay, there was a couple of good jokes in it. Okay, you laugh once in a while. Okay, but the rest of the movie, for me, it sucked. But the only conclusion I got out of this movie, I say, is this movie making a competition with, because he has to inherit money, right? If he wins the game, okay. But I'm saying, is this movie in competition with Brewster's Millions with Richard Pryor? Richard Pryor had $30 million.
I did think it was a competition.
Yeah, ain't no competition there, man.
It's close. This was a close one.
Yeah, but no, I liked it, and I didn't like it. I wouldn't watch it again. No, that's me.
So, Dip Beach, what's your thoughts on this wonderful?
Well, I mean, listening to Alban and Roger talk about it, I think I watched the wrong movie, because the movie I watched fucking sucked. Okay, for one of the few times I've been on here, I agree with Andrew 100%. The movie was shit, and I love stupid comedies. I loved Roger's Windy City Heat, but this was just horrible. I mean, when they showed the little bit of curling scenes that they put in the movie, they had to speed them up. They showed them walking real fast, like the old, I'm like, what the fuck? And then that. Just the little break of like the beefcakes guys in there, who are shirtless. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with the movie at all? It's just like.
Did you see? Hey, did you see Gordo's sister doing this? She was all like this, and Pops is saying, "Fuck the gigolos." I was like, "Dang, Pops, you're right." Pops did have some line.
I mean, I'd said in Pop Wars in my review, watching this thing, I would look down and see how much longer it had left. Like every 5 minutes, I'm like, you got to be shitting me. I still have half of this movie left. And it just drags and drags and drags. So, like I said, in my opinion, this is the worst movie we've seen.
Hey guys, it's not my first coma.
Yeah. And I mean, well, hey, dude, I'll be right with you. He calls her a dude a couple times. Yeah, it is a horrible movie. Horrible. But I will say there were a few places I did giggle, but I still say it's a horrible movie. And the beefcakes I was like, what? You know? So I don't know. This is, I think that we're gonna reevaluate Albin on the panel and Albin picking movies.
Wow. Wow.
So we're gonna have to reevaluate.
There were other movies there that you guys need to do your homework when it comes to picking a movie. I don't know how many times to say that. That's why I put it out there on a Sunday for you to start looking at movies and saying, oh well, I'm gonna watch the trailer and make a decision. If you watch the trailers of the movie, or if you're just gonna pick a movie by how many stars it has.
Yeah, but that's a perfect example where most of us got duped by the trailer.
No,
it's a perfect example.
I got duped by this guy.
Oh no!
No.
First words out of my mouth were, "This movie sucks."
Yes, however, you did say that, but you said it had some funny bits and it was quite funny. So I thought to myself, well, how bad can it be if it's got some funny parts?
And it's only an hour and 14 minutes long.
It's only an hour and 14 minutes.
Oh, we all agreed that an hour and 14 minutes was
everybody wanted to go to that.
7 years on this planet. I feel like I feel like I need to fly to America and punch that guy in the face for making this movie because it was so bad.
And that hour and 14 minutes was long.
I mean, Andrew, I think you should give it another chance. Andrew, I think you should give it another chance and just listen to the writing, the comedic writing that's in there. It's there, I promise.
Roger, there's 0% chance of me ever watching this movie.
Yeah, I would rather have my fingernails pulled off one by one than watch this piece of shit again.
I appreciate you recommending it, Albin. I enjoyed it.
Okay, thanks. And it's not even that I recommended it. It's just like there were some other movies on last week's list that were even worse, and I watched them, and then so after watching that, and then having to watch Gerri Curls, something that actually made me laugh. That's why I said, "Oh, the movie's so bad, it's good." I didn't vote for it. You guys did. It's your vote that counts. That's why we have this out there.
Three on this panel right now voted for that movie.
Yeah, and the beach.
I voted for it. I broke the tie.
Yeah, to Beach, you were going to go take a look at the people that did vote for us to watch that movie this week.
Oh, I already know. 3 of them are here, and the 4th one is Canuck Girl. Let me tell you, the tombstone's already made. Okay. All right?
Well, my name can't be on that tombstone.
Huh?
My name
can't. I only put the people who voted for the movie on the tombstone. So Andrew is the first one on there because I put him out.
I was misled.
You know what?
I was misled.
I was misled about England also. Okay.
There's a thing where you can retract your vote, Yep. But too late now.
Don't bring that up.
I'm glad I broke the tie.
Again, how can you do a curly movie and it's on wood or plastic?
That's part of the comedy of it.
That's part of the comedy.
It's not even. It's
And-
like you can't rent a gym or
An arena.
ice rink.
Not only are
couldn't
the
rent
sweepers
that?
behind the stone
Yes.
at all times, they could do nothing to influence the stone anyway. The sweepers melt the ice in front of the puck, and you can't melt plastic. The broom.
I thought you were knocking the dust out of the way. That's what a broom's for. I was misled with your broom skills.
Talk about broom skills. What about the Swiffer girl? You know, when he's checking her out on the camera.
She was hilarious too.
She was.
The whole movie in Spanish, and then her last line to speak in English. There's so many chicks like that in Southwest Florida. You can't throw a stone without hitting a chick like that. In
Right.
I have a propositional for you. You know I have low blood sugar. This is just, yeah. So let's go ahead and vote on play or pass for this gem of a movie. And I was hoping that my teaser would force some more people to watch it. Then I was misled. Octavia wants to know, why do you dislike us?
I don't dislike you guys. You guys voted for it. You have to make sure you put your vote in on Telegram.
So maybe what
recommended this by putting it.
See what Albin's saying. Albin's saying everyone's forced to watch a movie before you vote on a movie, and usually it's something that I've not watched. So it's like, give me a new movie.
Mm-hmm. And it's
got fresh. Yeah, Albin's like, he's watched it. He's like, it's like he's got landmines out, and he puts landmines in our choices. He's like, that was funny.
Well, look, how many people out there will go and vote for the movie because it's voted an 8.2. You know, you see a movie that's an 8.2, you're gonna vote for it. Why? You don't know nothing about the movie. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then it's my fault that it sucks. It's not. If
it's a high rating, if it's got a high rating though, and it's got like very little reviews, I go to read the reviews first before I just go, oh, it's 8.1. I'm gonna vote for that. I need to see what people actually are thinking, and not just the users like the critics. But I will give Auburn some credit because he's had to watch this thing twice. And so, I mean, I couldn't put myself through that. It was hard enough getting through the first.
And still, there's all the other movies. There were other movies last week that were good, and there are too many movies out now to say, okay, well, that movie was good. I could know a movie was good, and I don't want to sit there and say, oh, well, let me put that movie back on the list so people vote for it. That's not fair. That the movie is out there. That's why we have the Player Pass room for you to sit there and say, okay, well, someone else watched that movie and they voted it was okay. So you can go there and take a look. You know, there are a lot of movies out there. You know, you remember the days of going to the movie theater and it'd be like you come out from a movie that really sucked. You know, and you're walking out and you're telling everybody online how bad the movie was.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. You know, remember those days?
I agree. I agree. It's not Auburn's fault, but I just don't want to take the blame for it because I did vote for it, but I don't want. I feel it was a mistake. It was like I just feel like it wasn't like I just don't want to be part of the reason why we had to watch this movie, and sadly I am.
But
too late. It's etched in stone and it's been put on Player Pass already. So
Beach,
there you go.
Beach, go ahead and give me Andrew's vote on that one because I don't care. I'm glad I made you guys watch it. I'll take Andrew's blame too.
You can have it. You can take it.
I'm glad that you guys watched it because, you know, to have something. I love when you find a movie that you hate so bad that everyone complains about it. But always there's someone that says, but that was pretty good in that movie.
Yeah.
No flowers?
I'm not even gonna put my glasses on. I don't want to read that.
You don't want to read that. So
Oh boy.
yeah,
No,
yeah. So,
no,
but good,
no,
good stuff. Good stuff.
No, but when you're watching a trailer, right? I always call it like a hook. There's something in the trailer that hooks you onto the movie. Okay, like I said, what hooked me onto the movie was he's going to inherit how many millions? They win the game.
128 million or 127 million.
Yeah, that's what hooked me because I said, okay, wait a minute, is this going to be a movie similar to Brewster's Millions? Because Brewster's Millions, he had $30 million to spend in 30 days to get $300 million. So that's why I voted on it, but I regret it.
Yeah,
I just felt like this. I thought it was going to be like Dodgeball, and I thought it might be not as good, but it might still be funny. But sadly, I was just very, very.
Well, I'm
very
prepped. I'm prepped for Canada after watching this. I am prepped.
Good.
Because hey, how about when he says this video show you everything you need to know about curling, and it's like
Hilarious.
20 seconds long,
Hilarious.
and she goes, "What the?" He goes,
And you know what else
and they
is
pulled-
stupid? Sorry to
They
cut you off,
pulled it
Roger,
in
but
that joke again later in the movie. They reference back to that
Yeah.
joke about 30
Yeah.
minutes later in the movie, which is comedy writing,
But this thing, it's supposed to be about curling, and they're going to the regional finals, and there's 2 curling matches in the whole thing, and they get to the regional finals, and then that's the end of the movie. So how?
"Yeah,
Hey,
that's
Andy,
all he
how
had to
did
do."
Yeah.
But that's
Just so
all
you
you
guys
had to
know, there's
shouldn't
no
have to win.
there
It
is
shouldn't
no
go
curling
be
in
to
Southwest
get
Florida.
To win. Should be like I just don't even want to hear about curling ever again after watching this.
Well,
because it's stupid.
there's no curling because they didn't have the $100 million to build the state-of-the-art facility that they were going to build. I mean, remember it was $100 million. That was another thing. I'm like, she's going to inherit 127 million and give away 100 million for the state-of-the-art curling facility. Like, damn. And the other thing is what was up with that guy being so tall? Did you ever notice like all the
Oh
scenes
yeah.
had him like this much taller, and he's like looking down at everybody all the time. I was like,
Even when he was in the car, his neck was all
yeah,
crazy.
his head
over
was
the
like this.
side. Yeah,
I was like, I mean,
for
what?
no reason whatsoever. For
Nope.
absolutely no reason.
More
Because he was standing on a
comedic
milk
timing.
crate the entire freaking time.
Oh, okay.
That's
so,
funny.
all right, let's go ahead. We're gonna do player pass. So, the player pass is if you would recommend this to someone, a friend of yours, someone that you like that you would like to come back and be nice to you. That would be a play. If it's you would not recommend this because you would hate to be caught, have your tires slashed, or someone meet you outside with a baseball bat after they watched it, that would be a pass. So either one of those, though, we're going to say play or pass. You guys go ahead on the side chat, put play or pass. Roger, play or pass for this movie, Gerri Curls.
Well, it's a play for me, and I would encourage anybody that gave it a pass to give it another shot. And it is funny. You just got to let yourself find the funny in it. I've already seen it 3 times.
Holy
There's
shit.
funny in there. I promise you.
There's funny in there. Just got to watch it enough times.
Yeah.
Just gotta watch it 3 times.
Yeah.
Well,
Eddie.
I've watched it with my kids.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I
they
mean,
thought it was
so-
funny too.
They thought it was funny. Okay. All right. Eddie?
I give it a pass, but I told my kids about this, try to see if they're going to watch it and give me an inkling if I made a good mistake. So it's a pass for me.
All right, pass. What about you, Beach?
This is the first movie that I've never watched twice. And I will never watch it again. So it is a pass.
Tan says watching it 3 times to find funny says a lot.
I found the funny the first time, Tan.
But you just found it more funny each time you watched it. Andrew,
Yeah.
what was your play or pass on this one?
God, it's literally the easiest pass I've ever had. I've never ever watched a movie and got 14 minutes into it and thought I never want to see this movie again. But obviously, I had to watch it, so yeah, it was a pile of crap.
All
Sorry,
right.
Roger.
What about you? What about you, Aubin?
I guess I have to call it a play because I guess since I forced everyone to watch it, I thought there were some funny lines in it, and that's why I said the movie was so bad it was good. So I'm gonna have to call it a play because I apparently forced you guys to watch it.
I know Blue gave it a big pass, as I said at the beginning of the show. She actually didn't even watch the last 10 or 15 minutes. I had to tell her how it ended because she at the end, I said, "You missed the end." She goes, "I don't care." And I'm like, "You want me to tell you what happened?" She goes, "Fine, tell me what happened at the end." I said, "I'll tell you." So, yeah, so she gave it a pass. I give it a pass. The only way that I'm going to give this a play is I think that maybe a handful of us need to do our own riff tracks to this. Maybe try to get together. We can have this movie playing. We can do a Mystery Science Theater 3000
That would be
and
great.
make fun of it. And do you know how Mystery Science Theater 3000 does?
Yeah,
And we can do our little ad libs as this movie's playing and pointing out some of the stuff. And maybe, we have someone like Roger, he can point out the funny parts in there and be like, right here, that's the funniest part. Maybe we should do that. We could maybe post that in the Telegram room. I think that would be a fun little project. Maybe we could try that. So
Okay.
I give it a pass until we put it as a riff track or a whatever we'll call it. We'll call it a player pass track where we get to do a little make fun of it. As I looked through on the side chat, I saw nothing but passes on it.
I'm still would really want people to start voting in the player pass room. Okay, I know there are more passes out there, and people aren't voting in here.
And if you look, well, I've got your votes here. We have a pass. It's passes by 70%, 30% play. And on the stars, we have 60% of the people gave it 1 star, 30% gave it 3 stars, and Roger gave it 4 stars. I'm guessing that was Roger.
I think I gave it 3. I think
No, he gave it 3.
Stars.
Yeah, he gave it 3.
Give it 3.
Yeah, that was Cody Man, but Cody Man gave it a pass.
I will say this: I did learn from a mistake, and I watched every single trailer for this week's choices.
Okay, good, good. So now you're learning. I'm happy that you actually did what you're supposed to do. Because let's think about it. You just have to watch one of those movies. I watched all 8. Okay.
Well, I'd like to say everybody on the side chat that gave this movie a pass. If you've never watched Coming for the King, watch 10 minutes of it, okay? And you will think this Gerri Curls is a Academy Award nominee, Best Picture.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you think this is bad, Coming for the King.
Coming for the King. You're right. I only got 15 minutes into that one. Because at least this one, I will say the filming was better for this. The cinematography was better than this one. Coming for the King, I swear to you, someone had their S7 and they were doing like this. It's maybe even an S3 because the filming was terrible and the acting was even worse. So
not to mention the thumb work in front of the camera.
I could not I could not find the funny in Coming for the King. I tried, but there was no funny.
Oh wait, no. You know what was funny there was that cockroach that was on the kitchen table. That was funny.
Okay, all right. So we're getting close to our hour here. So this was given a handful of people give it a play. So but the majority of the people are giving it a pass. Most people gave it a hard pass. So, but hey, I think we gave it. I think we were pretty fair with it, and
Mhm.
truly, I think the people that gave it 10 stars, those were people that either were the executive producer, because there was 10 of them.
Mhm. Yeah.
They were the executive producers, or they starred, or they had a family member that starred in this movie. So we got that. So check it out if you want. And then, all right. So what is our movie for next week? I didn't even look in the group. What is our
I'm
movie
looking.
to watch next week?
I'm looking now. Hold on. Come on. It is The Protege.
Protege. So Protege will be the movie that we have to review next week. So you need to watch that before next week. Michael Keaton, Maggie Q. Was it Maggie Q?
Yeah, Maggie.
Samuel L. Jackson. Definitely action packed. Hopefully, we know that the filming will be better than this week's.
Yeah.
So not sure about the script or the acting, but we can be sure that the filming will be better and better special effects. If they need an ice rink, they will actually do it at an ice rink. So Protege is our movie for next week. So be sure to watch that. If you're not sure about the links, look down below. We have the links to the Telegram groups because we've spoke about that numerous times.
Please vote in there.
Hey, Alvin, which one came in second?
I think it was Aretha.
Respect. I would have thought Respect.
Yeah.
And Respect was close. That
Respect
Protege is
shows.
definitely a lot of respect. Yeah, there ain't no respect. Didn't even get voted. Yeah. So, well, hey, I will say that any of the movies that were this week's pick would have won last week.
No, not. Well, I won't say nothing.
Not necessarily. Okay.
Yeah.
And trust me, Wild Indian wasn't no
right
there. Jesus.
Yeah. Did you watch the whole thing?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's what kills me is just in the trailer and everything. And Jeffrey Eisenberg is listed like the main character. Okay, if you watch the trailer, you saw 95% of his time in the movie.
Yeah.
So it was just.
But did you like the story? If you know.
I mean, just the story was interesting, but it was just a bad movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll out of here, and we'll see what happens. What we can come up with on a parody for this particular movie. We'll call it Albin's Curls or something like that.
Oh no! Well, it was a Gordon in there. I am a Gordon. So
and there we go.
Yeah.
See, we can and maybe we should redo it. We could redo this movie. Each of us film a little bit, and we'll splice it all together. We'll let the beach put it all together.
Oh man.
He can be our editor and put it all together as one movie. So, all right. So, thanks everyone watching us. Roger, anything you want to say before we go?
Nope. Thanks for the invite. It was fun. I enjoyed the movie. I'm sorry you guys all hated it. Too bad it only, didn't kill you. So you'll be okay.
Right.
Eddie.
Thanks for the passes, and everybody keep safe.
All right, thank you. The beach.
I'm looking forward to the next horrible movie we get to watch so I can review it on IMDb and see how long before it is I'm banned on IMDb. So, like I said, I'm really looking forward to a shitty movie.
All right. Andrew.
I apologize for voting for this movie. But I did vote for the Protege. There's actually a few on the list for next week that I might watch a couple of them.
Okay, good.
I'm going to start using the comment feature on that because Auburn puts a lot of work into putting all these things out, and I think they need to start using them a bit more. So I'll watch a couple of the movies and leave some comments here and there.
Okay.
I'll never ever watch Gerri Curls again, though.
Aubin.
Thanks everyone. I'm not mad at you. Just watch the movies. Watch the previews of the movies. and make sure you vote. Please, please, please vote. Otherwise, if you sit there and say I'm not going to vote for a movie, then you know what you're going to get stuck with.
Yeah,
If
we
you
get
don't
stuck
vote,
with shit like Gerri Curls.
if
Yeah.
you don't vote, you can't complain about the election.
Right.
Just remember that.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
you can't
I'm
complain.
trying to keep it as fair as I can. I don't want to, just keep knocking a movie, but I do, put my player pass in there for each movie anyhow. But I don't want to really go much further than that. I don't want to ruin a movie on anyone.
Yeah.
Because people still might want to watch it. Like we were saying, like Dabs, you wanted to watch that other movie last week,
Swan Song.
Swan Song, which was good. I liked it. I liked that movie. Did you watch it, The Beach?
I started it and I just haven't picked it back up.
But you would pick it back up.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna finish it. It was one of those things I just.
Okay.
That actually looked interesting to me. I was like,
it was.
It
was.
looks like it might be something.
Yeah.
Looks kind of off the wall. But thanks for everyone watching. Thanks for you guys hanging out with us again. Join the Telegram group, vote, join us on the show. Be sure to watch the movie so that you can tell us your thoughts on it, and join the panel. As you can see, all the people that joined the panel and tell us what they liked. And again, Roger wasn't embarrassed to come in here and say, you know what, I like that movie. Everybody can talk junk, but I liked it, and that's what this show's about. People like it, people don't like it, but you're able to voice your opinion and voice your thoughts for it. So, thanks for everyone joining. We'll see you Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday.
Hey,
Friday.
yeah. All right.
We'll see.
He gets to be voted in today. And he get attendance. Thank you.